Hi everybody, it's Sensei Jessica here. I'm so excited to have this video because this is going to be a very important conversation that we're going to have. I'm sitting here with Sensei Stephen Rains. He is the original sensei here at Costa Mesa who got it started, and I took over in 2021. So I am happy to have you here, Sensei Steve. Thank you for being here.
I'm blessed. Thank you so much. I'm honored.
Yes. Okay. So, I just kind of wanted to hop right in and just ask you. I think personally this video is a little long time coming. I just think it should have happened in our transition, and when I first came in 2021, it was a very emotional time for everybody here. It was everybody was in a state of shock and sadness, but at the same time really happy for you. So what are your emotions about coming and visiting this spot right here? What's that like?
Uh, tears of joy, so many memories, so many great times of being here with the students. 6 days a week seems like a lot when you tell people about it, but when you're here teaching, it doesn't seem like work. So being a part of the culture, the growth of this studio, there's so many emotions that come flooding back to me, but mostly just joy. So much joy and so much seeing people who at first lacked confidence coming in the door. It doesn't matter if they were male or female or young or old. They needed this in some way. And for you and for me to be able to be the vehicle that gets them to that place in a better life, in a better situation, more confidence. That was the most rewarding thing for me. It still is. And so all those emotions, I guess you could just say in the simplest word, is just joy.
Yeah. I know you made an impact significantly here, and you were here for 8 years prior.
Nine and a half.
9.5?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I just know you made an impact because people for years after, and still I get this, 4 years later, hey, we're Sensei Steve. I just wanted to say hi. I'm a student of his. And they come in with all these wonderful stories, and they were 4, and now they're 14. And I'm like, whoa, it's just so cool to hear these stories of people who are strangers to me, but old friends to you. It's really cool.
I remember there's still a student in the company right now who was a tiny tiger at 4 years old, and now she's in a teen class. So
Miss Miranda.
No, Jasmine.
Oh, Jasmine. Oh, now
Wolfson,
she's at Huntington
yeah, she's
Beach.
at Huntington Beach, but still, I remember she came in my Tiny Tigers class, and when I left, she was in the teen class.
Yeah.
And seeing that maturation was just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was very shy to begin with, and then she became a very, very confident, wonderful young girl.
Yeah, she's a sweet one, and she's still training at HB, which is really cool to see.
And I do remember Miranda.
And Miranda, yeah, she came in, I think she was 6 or 5, I can't remember, but now she's 15.
Yes.
How cool is that? That is just...
It's so great to see them. And sometimes even the siblings, the younger siblings of them, and then, they either sign up or they're teenagers. You're, oh my God, the time goes by so fast.
Yeah.
It really does.
So off camera, you were saying that you started as a red belt. For the people listening, what a red belt is an unofficial, it is official, it's official instructor, but what you are is you're not yet a black belt to teach black belt material, but you are a highly skilled teacher. So that's intimidating, I'm sure, going into a studio at red belt. How was that?
And having 0 students. It was a brand new school. I had to be coerced. I was still lacking that confidence of, are you sure I could do this? Yes, we think you're great with people. I said, what? Am I great with martial arts? Yes, but you're getting there, and you're definitely passionate. So, yeah. I'm sorry. Go back again. I lost my train of thought.
What was that like as a red belt coming in? What year was that?
That was in 2012, because 2012, 2013, it was the first year that we were officially open. And it was very difficult to explain to somebody that I was not quite a black belt, but I was in training with the masters and the black belt instructors. And some people were, oh, well, okay, well, we'll come back, because they want to see that black belt as an instructor.
They want to see that black belt. They're like,
they really
hello.
But I eventually found enough people that saw the way that I taught, saw the way that Kempo was, and it was different from other styles that they had heard of, or maybe even MMA. And they saw that there was a culture being brewed here. And that's what I think is what really made things grow faster. And the fact that Sensei David, Sensei Ann, Sensei Calvin, they all helped out so much to cultivate the culture of bringing the kids in and seeing them grow from white belt to all the way to blue and green before I left, maybe even brown. The challenge of being a red belt was really stressful, but it paid off because I kind of stopped forgetting about where I was and started seeing their growth, caring more about seeing that yellow belt. Oh, I really hope that they stick around to get to purple. They're going to be gray as a purple belt. And the next you know, I'm testing for black belt. So what really was the gift was it was very stressful. There was a lot of anxiety, not even just the fiscal, financial of trying to grow the dojo and the student count, but the confidence it took to come here every single day, not being a black belt, see that student growth, see that culture to start to be built. And then next you know, I was a black belt. So I can't even tell you how much time was in between because I was so busy focused on the students' growth.
I know exactly what you're saying. It really speaks to the resilience that you have and that you needed to have at the time, because I can relate personally. I was already black belt by the time I needed to be here and take over. But man, I was only 20 years old. So like in that way, it was like...
That was your own challenge.
That was my own challenge.
Yes.
So I get that. I relate. It's like there's that period of growth being a new instructor in growing a culture, and you had to do it from zero. I had to do it from this like trying to fill in a different sensei's shoes, but it's not filling in shoes. It's kind of seeing the culture existing and then understanding how to cultivate more of that culture in your own voice, and that is a unique challenge.
I used, and on that note, I used it as a badge of honor. I used to tell some of the students who never knew me as a red belt, who only came in when I was a first or second degree, and I would have David or Ann corroborate. I said, you guys don't realize that a black belt is a white belt that never gave up, and this belt represents 10,000 mistakes. So if you're not willing to make those mistakes and learn from it and continue to grow, then you won't become a black belt. But this is why it's so important to go through all those kind of hard times and that growth as a student. It doesn't matter if you're a white belt or a red belt. Again, it's your journey. So just enjoy the journey.
Yeah. It's like the color that we get is not necessarily, it's like a marker, but it's the experience lived. And that's why a white belt turns to black belt. It's like just rubbing dirt on it until it just becomes a deepened color. That's just what it is. It's overcoming adversity, and it's really testing your spirit and growing through the overcome obstacles. So yeah, that's awesome.
And in the Japanese culture, one of the best things when you become an old grandmaster is that black belt has no more black in it, and it goes back to being completely white. And to them, that is like such an honor. It's like, look, I've become full circle now. So
yeah, wonderful. So what in here going through the obstacles and overcoming adversity, what was your favorite moment of a student overcoming an obstacle that you kind of like felt impacted you in a special way?
Well, I can't remember exactly what weekday it was, but a lady walked in and had this 12-year-old boy, bowl cut, very shy. And she said, "Hello, my name is Sonia. I need you to help my son." And I said, "Okay." He's being bullied a lot at school. I'm a single mom. His dad passed away when he was young. And he has just got a big heart, and he will not fight back. And I don't want him to be aggressive, but he needs to be able to build confidence. I need you to make him strong and confident. And I said, okay. And we took this bullied, shy kid, and eventually he became so integral to this dojo that it's Sensei David.
That's why I'm getting emotional. I know, guys. I know exactly what
I'm
he's
trying
talking
not
about.
to because, really without him, I mean, I'm sitting here today, but he, we're going to have him on camera, but he should be here because without
100%.
him, I wouldn't have had the dedication to go through the hard times of all my personal issues and the things that I did outside of here that took away from me being the best sensei that I could. He was that rock that kept me confident. And spiritually, I mean, physically, just, was older and going through a lot of the training and such, but seeing him get to black belt was so important to me because what he did for me in this dojo and every single student who's walked through this door was so important and integral and imperative to us being here right in this second that I love every single student. I have high regard and respect for every single person who's ever called me sir or sensei. But seeing that little boy go through what he had to go through in his journey, and God rest her soul, Sonia, but I really felt like what I did for him was one of the most important things that I could do here.
Yeah.
And not just even just teaching him Kempo, but just seeing him rise to being a good-hearted, good, strong, confident man.
Yeah. And like that's the thing as a sensei, you don't realize, or you do realize over time, it's like you become like a parental figure or like a family member.
100%.
100% you become a family member because you see them throughout their development and their youth and what they go through, and you're just right there with them with their family, and you're like, I care so much, let's get you to the next stage of life successfully. And man, did he overcome so many obstacles. I mean, I feel like he told me a situation where doctors said he probably wouldn't have been able to drive, let alone like obtain any kind of like significant role. And he's been a sensei here for so long. I mean, the students love
Took
him.
radiology classes.
It's like
he's amazing.
He's a wonderful person, and he's just so resilient. And God rest her soul, Sonia. I mean, she passed, I think it's almost going to be 2 years ago now.
Yes.
Wow. And he's a young man, just with a head on his shoulders.
Even younger than when I lost my dad when I was 26.
Wow.
And so the day when he called me, I mean, we just broke down together because I knew how hard it was going to be to go through life. And I still had my mother, and thank God I still have her. She's just turned 84. But I knew for him it was going to be so hard, and the fact that I was already out of state just crushed me. I just really wanted to just run there and just give him a hug and be there for him. So yes, he has overcome so much. His strength is really, mine dwarfs his.
Yeah. So I'm very excited to get him. He really should be here.
He will be. He will be. We're going to get him on camera.
We're going to get him on camera. So,
yes.
So that way he can share his own personal story. And it's just really cool being able to like see the flame that you've started. You were the spark that ignited his journey. And that the fact that I like held the torch and got it going, it's an honor. It's an honor. So him going on his journey, it's just so cool to see. It's really so cool to see, and it's a privilege to witness. It's really awesome.
And that's what I did for the 9.5 years that I was here. And just now that we're here emotionally, the worst week here was when I had to say goodbye to everyone. And see the look on their faces, and some of these kids felt like not to say it in a weird, but like their dog just got ran over, or somebody in their family had just died, or oh God, I had to do it several times, I wish I could just do it in one and just rip the Band-Aid off, but I couldn't. I had to wait till every single class, and the last 10 minutes leading up to it, knowing that I got to sit him down for about 5 or 10 minutes and tell all the parents and these students that I'm leaving, and I'd been their only instructor. Yeah. And then when I got past looking at the faces on the kids, it was looking at the faces on the parents.
Yeah.
And of course they were happy, but they were so so sad at the same time, so broken, because they're like, who's gonna be the next sensei? Who's gonna be that person? I'm so glad it is you. There's no one more perfect than you. But that's what I was. I was also worried is, I really hope that Sensei Jess is going to be that person that's going to be able to fill my, size 13 shoes, so to speak. And you did. You've done a wonderful job.
Thanks. I think the biggest learning lesson I had to realize is that it's not filling in another person's shoes. I needed to really understand that because it's like my foot size can only grow to 7. There's no budging past that.
Yeah.
But if I can wear the shoes that I currently have and have the same footsteps, that's the key. Not necessarily filling in the same shoe size, but at least making the right steps to where my shoes can place and walk in the right direction. That's the key, and we've definitely been able to grow in the right direction. And we're really having this video because this space that we're in is going to be transformed to a new space. So it's like, wow, so many memories here, so many emotions, and overcome the obstacles from people, and so many just like time spent here at the studio where you've made an impact and a significance in people's lives. And same here, I've been here for 4 years now. So weird to say, like 4 years, like that's crazy. So it's like this space has been really foundational and just really amazing to have. So I really thank you so much for just the opportunity to like be here as a sensei and have this studio, because I think for me it would have been really hard to start from zero. It would have been really hard with my age, with everything else stacked against me at the time. Coming out of COVID, that was another thing that was really hard. We were still kind of pretty much half mask, half off, mask on, mask off. It was like, that was the period of time where we did this transition. So that was another obstacle. Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
A lot of fear and anxiety of getting back to social
yeah.
environments and atmospheres. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So like, now let's talk about success stories. What were your favorite moments here at the dojo where it was like, wow, that was a wonderful memory here specifically?
Specifically, it's really hard to pinpoint.
Just one, right? Yeah.
But I think just because there's so many different that I could say who fit this role, but it's when you see a kid who comes in and they're petrified and they don't want to do karate, but they're so scared of everything and they're so shy that mom and dad are fearful that they just need to get out of that shell. And you see them and they're grabbing onto their leg and they won't even look at you. So, a lot of times I have to go down to my knee and introduce myself and be very soft and gentle when I spoke. And then you fast forward 6 months later and there's that confidence building, And then a year later, one of the best memories, and I can't even say the exact student, is that same little girl who came in petrified, grabbing dad's leg, wouldn't even look at me. A little boy came in, same thing, scared, crying. And I said, come on, class, let's welcome so-and-so. We'll just say Joey. Joey, Joey's thinking about starting. Wouldn't that be great? And I didn't tell her to do this. She bows, she comes out, she puts her hand around and says, we'd love to have you, Joey. We have so much fun here. And I'm like, and they don't know any of this, but for me to see that little girl that was right there about a year before that.
Wow.
And now she's like an ambassador. Oh. And so confident to like, no, because they're a perfect role for that.
Do you remember what rank she was?
She was an orange belt at that time.
Wow.
And she'd gone from, the white to the orange, or the yellow to orange. And, I think she maybe had 2 stripes on her belt. But it was just great to see her go from being petrified to a year later.
Helping another.
Which to me is better than me doing it.
100%.
That's their level.
It is.
And he joined, I think. I don't know how far that he got as well because I left, but yeah.
No,
that is a special memory because you see that full circle. And the best part is me not being exactly 100% in it. You just see what you do for that young girl. You see the
trickle down effect.
And then it's like the pay it forward type of thing. Yes. Each one teach one is what I was always trying to tell people is Team Costa Mesa was all about each one teach one. And that, no offense to Yorba Linda, but it was like when it came down to, it's Team Costa Mesa versus Team Yorba Linda. So, we're all together in this. Costa Mesa strong. So we cultivated that we're strong together as a team. We succeed as a team. We fail as a team. We learn as a team. We also be humble as a team. So, yeah, that culture. But seeing that maturation and confidence, that was the best thing.
Yeah, that end the end chant that you would have at the end of class, you know, David started doing it, the like effort, etiquette, self-control, sincerity, character, respect, Costa Mesa strong. That
Yes.
one, I did not integrate it like the first year of teaching, but then David did it one day, and I was like, why fight it? Embrace it. Let's do it every class, and it's been our thing for years. So it's still, your legacy continues. It's continuing.
I appreciate that.
And so now, like every single student here, they'll do that end thing. They'll say Costa Mesa strong, and it's just, it's true. It's like it's the character that Costa Mesa has always had, and that's something that I find so unique to Costa Mesa. There's just this spark. There's this fighter spirit, just this like resilience. And no matter if you're A type, B type, C type, you were saying that like personality types, but even then, if I see a little shy kiddo come in, deep down they have that spark. Like I really see it. I see it here, even though they might be a little bit timid. Really, they're a fighter in their heart. Like they just have this like charismatic willingness to persevere and just continue. And so I just noticed that so strongly as I kept seeing Costa Mesa culture. It was like, yeah, let's keep the Costa Mesa strong, because seriously, they are. Like everybody here is so strong and resilient. It's so
Sensei
incredible.
David, he kept it rolling.
100%.
And again, that's one of the things that I would tell the parents when they first came in here. I said, anybody can teach your kid karate. Anybody can teach your kid how to punch and kick, but when is it the best to use these things? And also, what do you want from your son or daughter? Do you want them to be confident, and do you want them to have a certain awareness and to certain level of, athleticism? There's so many different benefits, but what we teach here is resilience. And what we teach here is it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to fail as long as you're willing to get back up, dust it off, and try harder. Yeah. And that's something that expression was something so important to us to be a part or a facet of that whole culture, is to understand it's okay to make mistakes. We got your back. It's okay to fail. It's okay if you didn't get first place or whatever the case may be, because we got your back. We're a team. We're all strong together.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you really enjoyed hearing Sensei Steve's story. Stay tuned for part 2, because he's going to go into a little bit more about his origins of starting martial arts and how Costa Mesa got started as a dojo. See you guys in the next video.